we don't have any questions that are being answered.
Yeah.
All we know is what happened to our loved one, but we don't know why it happened. We don't know, the reason it transpired. We don't know, who did it.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's not about animosity. It's not like, oh, throw the book at them, I want them dead, because that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the type of person my daughter was.
Right.
I just want accountability.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. We're going to go ahead and get it started. I'm going to push the camera over to our guest, let her introduce herself, and then we're going to have a conversation. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
There's a sound applaud going on right now, just letting you know it's celebrating your attendance here.
Oh, I feel special.
So, yes, no, you are special. Thank you for coming here. I learned about you and your foundation by iRock. I seen you here, and I think you had done maybe like a commercial type of sponsorship thing with him. And my goal here at Songlab and what we do is to bring awareness around different things that are going on in our community, different foundations. And I see you on social media sometimes. And then we had that brief connection here. So I was like, let me see what I can do to bring you here and bring more attention to your cause and what you got going on. I didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself, so I'm going to introduce her as Brenda. Brenda's here. Applause again. I would like to know what inspired you to establish your foundation. But before then, I would also like to get into like the story behind the foundation and who it's dedicated to. And we push the camera over to your side.
Okay. I created this foundation in honor of my daughter, Destiny, who I lost on July 18th of 2021. Destiny was just so full of life and just such a giving and loving person. And to lose her so tragically, I didn't want her to be known for the incident that, that took her life. I wanted her to be known for who she was. And the fact that she was such a giving person, that's what made me decide to create a nonprofit foundation in honor of her. Okay. So I just wanted to do something to honor her, and I wanted to do something positive and something that was giving back because she was such a giving person.
Yeah, that's beautiful that you were able to take the story or take those events and then transpose the energy of that into something positive. The established foundation in honor of your daughter, what are you guys looking to accomplish? What are you looking to do in the community?
Well, I initially created the nonprofit to establish a scholarship fund.
Nice.
So that was my initial goal. I wanted to be able to give out multiple scholarships in the amount of $1,000 to multiple recipients annually. So when I created the foundation, I started learning about different fundraising events and other type of efforts that I could do to raise money. So I was able to raise the money. Well, once I raised that money for the scholarships, the company that I work for, they actually committed to doing an annual donation of $5,000.
Oh, nice.
So when they made that annual donation, I had already raised the money for my scholarships. So I had $5,000 and I didn't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. So I decided to do a back to school backpack drive. Mm-hmm. And what I did was I purchased 100 backpacks and school supplies, and people donated school supplies and hygiene products. And we donated 50 of those backpacks to UMOM New Day centers. And then the other 50 went to Hope in a Future foster care. And then any overage of surplus items that I had, I donated those to Child Crisis Arizona. Well, then once I did that and got to meet them, then I decided I wanted to do more with children in foster care. So I was able to do a Christmas drive. So these are new initiatives. So every time, every time I do something, and I just see how positive and beneficial it is. And another amazing thing about it is every time I set my mind to do a new initiative, God has blessed me with $5,000 every time.
Yes.
So that just solidified that this was meant for me to be doing this.
Yes, yes. And you created the foundation in honor of your daughter. Can you tell us a little bit about Destiny and a little bit about the event that took place that on you said
July 18th.
July 18th, 2021?
Yes. Destiny worked at Amazon, and she had a coworker that was going through some things in their relationship. So some coworkers got together and decided, let's just plan a night out, and just go out and have fun. Mm-hmm. So the evening was in the works for about a month or so. And when the night actually came up, Destiny was a homebody. So she didn't really go anywhere. She liked to be at home with her dog, and we would veg out and watch movies. And so she didn't want to go, but she promised. So we're people of our words. If we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. So she I don't want to say she was obligated, but she gave her word, so she was going to honor her word.
Yeah.
So once they got out, the person that they were supposed to be meeting up with, the person who's actually going through, the experiences, somehow they weren't able to link up with him. So her and her other friend decided they would go somewhere else. So they went out, and it was Karamba's nightclub. And apparently after a certain time frame, they start letting under 21 in. So they decided to leave because, they didn't want things to get rowdy. So when they were leaving, there was a food truck in the parking lot. And Destiny, like I said, she worked at Amazon. So every night when she got off work, there was food trucks. So, for her, it's like, oh, food truck, you know. So she's like, oh, let's go get a cheese quesadilla. Mm-hmm. So while standing in line to order food, apparently somebody drove by and they started shooting. And the friend who was with her, he has survivor's remorse because he was standing on the right side of Destiny. So had he not bent over to get his wallet, he would have been struck and not her.
Oh, wow.
So he's been struggling with survivor's remorse ever since, her passing. So,
and these are young adults.
These are young adults because Destiny was 23 at the time.
23, yeah.
And I want to say he was in the same age range. Mm-hmm. So I do keep in communication with him as well. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, he is struggling and he's still struggling.
Yeah, and as far as did they catch the person that?
They have not caught the person. From what the detective had told me, they have Destiny's last moments from every angle, but they can't see where the shooting came from. Yeah. So they have her last moments, but they can't, determine that, yes, that's the vehicle that it came from. And so, to my knowledge, nothing has come from the videos that the police released. I haven't spoken with the detective in a while. Yeah. So I haven't gotten any updates recently. So I really don't know what's going on with her case.
Is there a hotline or a tip hotline, or is there any way, if anyone has any information about the case, that they
can contact Silent Witness? Silent Witness does. They do have her information up there. I don't have the information handy with me. Okay, we can flash it up there. Yeah. I do have it. So, but yes, you can contact Silent Witness, and there is still a reward. There was initially a $7,000 reward, because $5,000 of that I had put in. I spoke with my family, and we actually decided, rather than leaving that money on that silent witness reward, we felt like we didn't want to leave the money there and hope somebody did the right thing and pay them for doing the right thing. So we chose to take that money, and that's what we put into the foundation, and that's how we created the foundation.
Yeah, because I can't really imagine what you've gone through, but there does you go through the levels of grief, and when you understand, the permanence of it, you probably get to a space where you want to, I don't know the words, it's not make the best out of it, but you want to use that for a positive thing.
Basically, taking your pain and trying to turn it into a purpose.
Purpose, yes. Yeah, pain into purpose. That's beautifully put. So the case is still open. If anyone out there has any information about this, you can still call the silent witness number. Flash it right here, the logo right there. So please contact that. So with your foundation and you're doing these different initiatives and projects, what do you have coming up next that you're working on?
Well, right now I'm working on raising the money for my scholarships for 2024.
Okay.
So I'll be working on doing some events for that. I've also partnered with another nonprofit foundation. So yeah. I'm on a committee for them. So there's work that I'm doing with them as well. We've got a program that's called Hopeful Hearts that is just coming out this year. So we've got some events that we're working on. That's the campaign is called Heart of the Community.
Okay.
So I do have my scholarships that I'm working on raising the money for. And then I'll be working on my back to school backpack drive as well.
And for us to be able to donate to this, how do we do that?
You can donate by visiting our website. Our website is ourdestinyourfuturefoundation.org. And there's various ways. We also have partnered with a company. It's called Spirit Pieces. And I found it when I lost Destiny because I had her cremated.
Yeah. And
a lot of people just put, the ashes in urns and put it off to the side. Well, Spirit Pieces, they actually create like glass art. So I have a glass heart that was created with Destiny's ashes.
Oh, nice.
And then Destiny, soon after she passed away, 'cause she had a pit bull named Capone, and he was older. Well, he passed away. She passed away in July. He passed away in October.
Oh, okay.
Because he basically, when she quit coming home, he stopped eating.
Broken heart.
So, Capone, he was cremated as well. So I had what's a tree of life made, and it has a flame, and it's a green flame because Destiny's favorite color was green. And I have both hers and Capone's ashes in there, and it says soulmates. So for me, that's something that I love, and I've shown it to other people, and people, like, oh my gosh, I have my loved one's ashes. I'd love to do that because they do jewelry and stuff like that. So I've recently partnered with them as well to I promote their stuff as well, so we get a percentage. So like anything that's purchased through our website or through Spirit Pieces, 25% of that goes back to the foundation as well.
You said her favorite color is green?
Yes.
So I normally do a purple background for my backdrop, and something today was like, do green. I don't know what it was, but
Destiny. It was my destiny.
No, for real. You can go watch my other podcasts, my other stuff. I have a purple background usually, and something today was like, no, it's green.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she makes her presence known all the time.
Yeah.
She really does. It's so funny because in my husband's studio we had a tree. And one day, like, the power had went out and came back on. So I'm sitting there looking at this tree, and it's just flashing, driving me crazy. So I turned it off with the remote.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my husband, and it comes back on. And I know good and well he didn't turn it back on because the remote's by me. So I'm like, did you turn that tree on? I was like, because I said, look, I'm going to turn it off. If it comes back on, I'm gone. Came back on. I was like, oh my gosh, Destiny's messing us through this tree. And so I called my daughter, I'm like, Faith. And we called it the Destiny tree because I had ornaments made of like pictures of Destiny that were all over this tree.
Yeah.
And so my husband decided, like, after Christmas, he didn't want to take it down. He just wanted the Destiny tree. So he would just keep it up. And so my daughter Faith said, Destiny, if that's really you, flash blue, because her favorite color is blue. All of a sudden it flashed blue. I'm like, I told you it's Destiny. So
Wow.
yes, she makes her presence
She makes her
known,
presence known.
and it's typically through lights.
Yeah. Wow. So what advice or what coping advice would you have for someone that has dealt with loss, and especially, loss all of a sudden in that type of circumstance?
Advice, I can't really give any. All I can say is, like, for me, because when I lost Destiny, it was extremely hard. And even though you have people that are going through and experiencing that loss with you, it's not the same type of loss and the same type of grief.
Yeah.
So I had never felt so alone in my life, because yes, I have all these people grieving with me, but they don't understand how I feel, So for me, that was just the loneliest I'd ever felt.
Yeah.
So from that, and the really crazy part about it is, and I hate to describe it like this, but losing my child was kind of like, when you buy a new vehicle and you start seeing that vehicle everywhere. It's been like that with parents. So I had lost Destiny, like I said, July 18th of 2021. And my best friend was out of town, so her sister came over. Well, one day shy of it being 6 months of losing Destiny, the sister who was there for me lost her son. So Destiny passed July 18th, her son passed January 17th. So with her, because I knew what it was like, I would just text her every morning.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm here if you need anything, I love you. And, and you don't even have to respond, just letting you know, I'm here. I understand what you're going through. I'm sorry that you're experiencing it.
Yeah.
So it went from her, well, then a coworker of mine. It just happened to be the first Mother's Day that I experienced without Destiny. And it was her first Mother's Day. I had to go over there and visit with her for training because I told you I work in real estate. So I was going to help the policy department. So I was going over there to train with that. And she was having a rough day. Well, it turns out her son had a very rare form of cancer and was terminal. And he was having a procedure done that day. And she was just at the point where she just wanted her son to just stop having these procedures because everyone was shortening his life and she just wanted his quality of life to be as good as it could for the time that he had left.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here looking at her. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you here? Because it's like, so you're basically going through what I'm going through, only you haven't lost your son yet, but you're grieving. So that was in May. Well, then she lost her son on July 5th. So her son was out of state and she was going out there and she at least got to spend the 4th of July with him. Then she lost him the following day. So then that was the second mother.
Yeah.
And so, and then, they just keep coming and coming. So I'm up to probably about 9 mothers that I communicate with daily.
Yeah.
I send them Bible scriptures. I have a couple of mothers that are in the phase where their children's killers were actually caught and they're going through the whole court thing, and that's something for me because it's like all I can do is just listen to them because I haven't experienced that.
Yeah.
So as far as advice, I can't really give advice. All I can do is just be an ear for them, and for other people, I know it like you do feel alone. So I would actually advise, after I said I wouldn't advise, I would actually advise, finding a support group.
Yeah.
Because I joined a grief support group and so many times, you go to a point like, for example, me, Destiny was my second child that I lost. I lost my firstborn. He would have been 32. And a lot of things that go through our heads, we can't really discuss that with, people. And then, and you don't even realize that other people are experiencing it until you go to a grief support group. For example, when I lost my son, he was my firstborn. I didn't have children after that, initially. So when people ask, do you have kids? What do you say? Do you say yes, and then you have to explain the story, or just say, no, you don't have kids and just leave it at that?
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought I was the only one who, felt that way. And then to go to a grief support group and realize, okay, so it's not just me. And, so being around people that are experiencing the same type of loss that you've experienced and, and just at different stages of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just helps just to be there with people and just be able to let it out and be able to cry, and just ugly cry and, and everybody understands.
Yeah.
Rather than me sitting here talking to someone who can empathize with what I'm going through. And then I'm trying to, mask my feelings because I don't want to just completely express myself and let myself break down.
Yeah.
So sometimes, we need that safe space.
Yeah.
So if you are experiencing any type of loss, whether it's the loss of a child, any type of loss, I would highly suggest going to find some type of grief support.
That's really good advice. Really don't isolate during those moments.
No.
or have a plan to connect with people. Like, if you go into your shell and go into yourself, the depression can snowball. And what I want to ask you next, I'm hearing what you're saying, and the killer isn't found, the murderer. If they were listening to this right now, what would you say to them? Like, if you could confront them and they knew that what they caused, what they did here, like, what would you say to them?
Well, for one, I don't hold any animosity.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, I just need answers. I need to understand, and I want them to know what they took.
Yeah.
Because Destiny, she was an amazing person. She was such a loving person, such a giving person. She would, give you the shirt off of her back.
Mm-hmm.
And to take that from somebody, with no regard, and just us with no explanation as to why.
Yeah.
If they were listening, I just would like them to know, like I said, there's no animosity. I just want accountability.
Yeah.
I want accountability. I want, to know why. I know I'll never know why my daughter, but what was it that was going through your head that you felt, it was okay to risk people's lives?
Yeah.
Not just my child, everybody who was out there that night.
Right.
So I just don't understand anymore as far as like pulling out a gun and just, it just being so impersonal.
Yeah.
So my whole goal is to personalize, my situation,
Yes.
because I don't want my daughter to be a statistic. She wasn't just a victim. She was a person. She was a sister. She was a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She was a friend, and she was an amazing person. Like, the girl was just a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
You could have the worst day and walk in and see her and her little smile and, everything. You forget everything, So if the person is listening, or if somebody is listening that knows, I just ask that you come forward.
Yeah.
Because my family and I, it's for us, we can't heal until we have some form of closure. Mm-hmm. And we've got the why, we've got the who, we've got there. We don't have any questions that are being answered.
Yeah.
All we know is what happened to our loved one, but we don't know why it happened. We don't know, the reason it transpired. We don't know, who did it.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's not about animosity. It's not like, oh, throw the book at them, I want them dead, because that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the type of person my daughter was.
Right.
I just want accountability.
Right. I love that you say it's not about animosity, and it's about accountability. I love that. Also, in the flip the script here, because I believe that we speak to all of the, obviously Destiny's here, right? I put the green light on, she's here, y'all. Like, what would you want to say to what do you want to say to Destiny right now? Like, as she's picking up these airwaves from our conversation, what would you want to say to your daughter right now?
Well, I miss you. I love you. It's not the same without her.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, my daughter just got married. Mm-hmm. She was there in spirit and physically, because I did actually take her ashes, but, mm-hmm. I just, not being able to see that smile, and just, she's just so goofy.
Yeah.
And just like the, hey mom, and just quirky, and,
Yeah.
You never watched Star Wars a day of her life, but can make the sound effects. Just in the it's like Destiny. But
Yeah.
well, who C243? It's like no C3PO. That's what I said. And just saying everything wrong. And the girl she was just hilarious. And I miss that. I miss her. I miss I miss the goofiness. Like for example, when she would go get alcohol, we have cameras on our house.
Yeah.
And she would walk and she was pigeon toed. So she's coming from the camera and she look at me in the camera and be like, alcoholic. And I'm so upset I didn't get those videos, because when she passed, I downloaded every video that was on my Ring doorbell. But it's like, dang, where was that video, Or she would just talk to me through the Ring doorbell. Hey, Mom. Hey, what are you doing? It's like Destiny, because she take the dogs out and just want to start bugging me through the doorbell. It's like, Des. But especially just the little pigeon-toed little videos. She just cracked me up because she just get the drinks and alcoholic.
Sounds like she was quite a personality.
Oh, she was.
Yes. I really appreciate you coming here, sharing the story with us, and closing out here again. How can individuals and businesses get involved to support your foundation's mission? Like, how can we connect again with you?
You can visit our website. We accept any type of donations, monetary, because I do like back to school drives and I do Christmas drives. I do take in-kind donations as well, because that way, so like if it's something, I'm always taking any type of school supplies.
Yeah.
That way, because when we do our backpack drives, we actually fill them with supplies, and I do a little pouch with hygiene products. So, donations can be, like I said, monetary, or you can do in-kind. If you want to do in-kind, just reach out to me, and my contact information, all of that is on our website. You can email us, which is info@ourdestinyourfuturefoundation.org. Our website is ourdestinyourfuturefoundation.org as well. Let's see, what else do we have? On our website, we do have events. So I do events throughout the year. Okay. So you can always check on our website to see what events I may have coming up. Like I do Comedy for a Cause, where I'll have a night, and we'll do something there. I just had something coming up on the 20th with the Coyotes. I have something later on this year that'll be coming up with the Suns. So yes, just check on our events pages, because we always have events in the works.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the program, coming on the show. Everyone, the links to Destiny Foundation is going to be in the description. So make sure you go click that to see how you can be of assistance, to be of service, to be of help. And thanks for watching the show. You guys have a great evening.
Silent witness thing.
Okay, yeah.